Earlier today I walked through Walthamstow town centre in London where I live and had a really chilling feeling. And this wasn't brought on by the fact that winter's now very much setting in. Rather, everywhere you looked were police vans, surveillance cameras and clusters of policemen looking suspiciously at anyone who walked past. It felt very much like overnight my hometown had become a police state. Bizarrely, this situation, this virtual police state, had been brought about by the actions of left-wing anti-fascist protesters. Today was supposed to have seen the return of the anti-Islamic extremist group, the English Defence League, to the borough. About 150 members of the group had marched through the borough in September 2012, and the EDL had wanted to come back again this month in bigger numbers. Rather than mobilising for a counter-demo, this time anti-fascist protesters seemed to channel their energies towards lobbying the state to prevent the EDL from marching at all. Every day on my way to the tube, I would see them handing out leaflets saying, "Stop the EDL from marching." And there was a petition calling upon the state to ban the EDL that was supported by the local Labour MP Stella Creasy, which gained over 5,000 signatures. These protesters got their wish. Last Thursday, the government confirmed that the EDL will be banned from marching in Waltham Forest for the next 30 days, as well as the neighbouring London boroughs of Tower Hamlets, Newham and Islington. But it wasn't just the EDL that was banned. All protest marches by any group are banned for the next month. So no matter if your protest is about controlled parking zones, the environment, or even opposing fascism, you're barred from marching through the borough. If you do, you face arrest. And this was no lame threat, as the number of policemen in Walthamstow proved today. Despite this, many anti-fascist campaigners have celebrated the ban as a victory. You have to wonder, what on earth is going on in their heads? Have they become so blinkered to fighting the great fascist threat that they don't realise they are actively encouraging the state to curb freedom of speech and assembly, the very cornerstones of democracy? These anti-fascists are becoming, well, rather authoritarian. The police even found a loophole to prevent the EDL from holding a static demo in the borough. The anti-fascists did hold a static demo, however, to celebrate their so-called victory over the EDL. Some, however, are upset that they were unable to march and tried to break through police cordons, saying it was a breach of their human rights. Now, such a response reveals the level of contempt they hold the EDL in. To them, it seems, banning left-wing groups from marching is an affront to human rights, but banning the EDL is fine and to be encouraged. Do these anti-fascist protesters have such a low view of the knuckle-dragging white working-class protesters on the EDL demonstration they don't even view them as human? Do you have to be a right-on, latte-sipping, middle-class socialist to be categorised as human nowadays? Now, I'm no more sympathetic to the wrong-headed views of the EDL than I am of the state-loving Unite Against Fascism, but everyone should have the freedom to protest, regardless of what views they're airing and whether they're sufficiently middle-class or not. In encouraging the state to crack down on protests by people they disagree with, the censorious fools on the anti-fascist left are, ironically, proving far more dangerous to democracy in the 21st century than a small bunch of far-right EDL supporters.